Dillian, the body snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Alright, so just over 24 hours ago, I did a poll here on YouTube. Now, firstly, I know not everybody gets to see the polls. For whatever reason, it has to pop up into your recommended in order for you to see it. I don't quite know why it doesn't happen for everybody. Or you've got to physically go to the community section and look for it. Okay, I don't quite know why YouTube do it this way. It is what it is. But either way, I was quite pleased that just under 7,000 of you did actually get to see it and participate in the poll. So, of course, I appreciate it. So thank you very much. The question was this: who wins, Dillian Whyte versus Deontay Wilder? 69% of you said Dillian Whyte, 21% of you said Deontay Wilder, 10% of you said not sure, too many things can happen. Now, firstly, everybody is entitled to their opinion. I'm not disputing any of it. Okay, if you think Dillian Whyte wins, cool. If you think Deontay Wilder wins, cool. My answer is, let's see the fight and find out. But going by some of the comments, 222 comments, by the way, but going by some of the comments, I'm seeing things like, if any of you seem to think that Dillian Whyte beats Deontay Wilder, quite clearly you don't know boxing, you're an idiot. Dillian Whyte, who got knocked out by Alexander Povetkin, who got dropped by Oscar Rivas, who was hanging on for dear life to Joseph Parker in round number 12, who got stopped by Anthony Joshua. And if you think that Deontay Wilder isn't going to knock out Dillian Whyte, you're an idiot, you don't know boxing. Words to that effect, okay? Now, my answer to those people is, as I said before, you're entitled to your opinion, but what you're not looking at here is the fact that against Joseph Parker, against Anthony Joshua, against Alexander Povetkin, all of these opponents better than anything Deontay Wilder has fought. Yes? Can anybody disagree with that? Now, okay, we can look at these different fights. Okay, so firstly, with Oscar Rivas, yes, he got hit and he did get dropped to the canvas. Okay, but it happens all the time. Okay, with many, many different fighters all over the planet and regularly, okay? But Dillian Whyte was actually crossing his legs as he got hit, which is the one thing that Mark Tibbs told him off for doing. Don't cross your legs. He crossed his legs in that moment, got hit in that moment, and he went down from the momentum, not because of the punch, but from the momentum of it. Okay, so he wasn't hurt, and you can see he wasn't hurt. Against Joseph Parker, yes, okay, he was hanging on at the end of round number 12. Round number 12, after Dillian Whyte, who walked into that fight with a broken hand and a broken rib. But yet he managed to go 12 rounds with a former WBO World Heavyweight Champion, a guy who has already beaten, say, Andy Ruiz Jr., and has a very good resume of work himself, a guy who went 12 rounds with Anthony Joshua. You want to say how he got stopped with Alexander Povetkin? Alexander Povetkin is better than anybody that Wilder's fought. He's technically superior to Deontay Wilder, and has always been known as a big knockout artist. Okay, but that's fine. One thing you're not looking at, though, is the fact that Deontay Wilder, he gets beaten up every single fight that he has until he lands that right hand. He's been in survival mode. He fights scared. That's what Dillian Whyte said to me once when we were doing an interview, probably about 2 years ago now, where he said, Deontay Wilder, he fights scared. He can't take it on the back foot. We've seen Deontay Wilder wobbled. His legs were on like Bambi's just been born when Eric Molina cracked him. He got his face blown up by Johan Duapas. He was out of there against Luis Ortiz in round number 7. Luis Ortiz, who's he beat? He lost every second of every round that he fights. He went down from a jab to the stomach from Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, who ain't known as a big power puncher, by the way, but he went down from a jab to the stomach. So are you being fair in your analysis of it? If you want to criticize how, say, Povetkin knocked out Dillian Whyte, or Joshua did, or he was hanging on with Joseph Parker and whatever else, are you looking at Deontay Wilder here? Are you thinking, can Deontay Wilder, can he survive the pure violence that Dillian Whyte would bring to him until he can land that right hand? Can Wilder survive it? Are you thinking about how maybe Wilder's not the same guy anymore? Maybe he's mentally destroyed, and the evidence is there to say that he may well be. He may not come back and be the same person anyway. You could say that Deontay Wilder is a huge puncher. Yeah, against who? Against who exactly? All people can pull out of his 44 fights is Luis Ortiz. But as I said, who has Luis Ortiz beaten? That makes him so good. Sure, he carries decent power for sure. I think it's a little overrated myself. But again, it's not like his power, like because he's strong. Like Joshua can do it from like short range, and Dillian Whyte can do it from like short range and that as well. Wilder has to cock his hand right the way back and throw it with speed. It's the David Haye effect. Speed kills. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It works for him. But can Deontay Wilder take the punishment from Dillian Whyte? I say no. He cannot take the punishment from Dillian Whyte. Do you really think that Deontay Wilder can evade that left hook of Dillian Whyte? The right uppercut, the straight right, the overhand right, the body shots, the pure aggression on the inside, pushing him backwards, fighting a little bit dirty. Do you think Wilder can take that? If he can't take that from Joanne Duapa, if he can't take that at times from even Chris Arreola at times, if he can't take that, then how is he going to take it from Dillian Whyte? But granted, okay, I'm not one of these fans who just totally dismiss everything, not at all. Yes, if Wilder throws that right hand with momentum and it catches Dillian, there's a good chance Dillian goes down and don't get back up again. There's a good chance of it. And it can happen at any point in round number 1 or round number 12. It can happen. But isn't his punch a little overrated, wouldn't you say? Sure, he's got some highlight reel knockouts for sure. Dominic Brazil, been knocked out before, you know, by Anthony Joshua when he was undefeated. You could say, but he knocked down Tyson Fury in round number 12. Yeah, again, round number 12 when, sure, Tyson Fury, he was tired. Of course he was. Wilder was also tired. But at the same time, it was round number 12. Fury was the one who was inactive. Fury was the one who was out of shape. It was Fury that was absolutely exhausted. But yet, he got caught with Wilder's right hand. He went down, got back up, and beat the crap out of Wilder for the remainder of the round. So how much power does Wilder really handle? I don't know. I mean, maybe had he caught Fury a couple of rounds earlier, with like, as in a clean shot like he did with, in round number 12. I know he got dropped in round number 9, but that wasn't like a clean shot. But if he'd have caught Fury with a clean shot, would Fury have gone down and not got back up again? Or would he have got back up again? Well, we don't know, do we? For me, I think Wilder, he's always been overrated, but at the same time, he's always been dangerous. But for me, either way, I agree with the poll, and I've been saying it for a number of years. And to be honest with you, I think that Deontay Wilder agrees with this poll as well, which is why he's never taken the fight. That's why. Is Wilder going to be the same person again? He got beaten that bad that it sent him and his fan base back in time, 18 months, to the first Tyson Fury fight to look for reasons and excuses as to why he lost a rematch 18 months later. He got beaten up so bad, he's been twerking ever since. He can't stop himself from twerking. Something damaged inside of him where he feels the urge, like an addict, that he has to be twerking. This is a guy who says he wants to be pregnant. Something ain't right there. Fury beat him that bad. So how much of the old Deontay Wilder is still there? How dangerous is he now? We don't know. We don't know. But as I said before, I can agree. If Wilder catches Dillian Whyte, there's a good chance Dillian Whyte ain't going to get back up again. But that's not just Dillian Whyte. That's any heavyweight on the planet, isn't it? If he catches you with full power, with that speed, on the button, you're going to go down and you ain't going to get back up again. Likewise, if Dillian Whyte catches Deontay Wilder on the button with that left hook, the right uppercut, the straight right, the overhand right, or any of those cracking rib body shots, Wilder is also going down and ain't getting back up again. And we have to be fair about it, don't we? Anyway, that's my thoughts on it all. You drop me yours, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you on the next video.